Hello everyone and a very warm welcome to this lesson. In this lesson, I'm going to teach you 25 phrasal verbs to describe your daily routine. You can use these 25 phrasal verbs to talk about your daily routine. Number 1, go off. For example, you can say, my alarm goes off at 7 o'clock in the morning. My alarm goes off at 7 o'clock in the morning. Number 2, wake up. You can say, I wake up at 6 o'clock every morning. I wake up at 6 o'clock every morning. Number 3, get up. I get up at 8 o'clock every morning. I get up at 8 o'clock every morning. Number 4, turn on. I go to the bathroom and turn on the tap to brush my teeth. I go to the bathroom and turn on the tap to brush my teeth. Number 5, turn off. After I have brushed my teeth, I turn off the tap. After I have brushed my teeth, I turn off the tap. Number 6, dress up. You can say, I go to the bedroom and dress up. I go to the bedroom and dress up. Number 7, put on. You can also say, I go back to the bedroom and put on some clothes. I go back to the bedroom and put on some clothes. Okay, so to dress up and to put on clothes have the same meaning. So I go back to the bedroom and dress up. Then you can say, I go back to the bedroom and put on some clothes. So if you choose to use put on, then you have to explain it. I go back to the bedroom and put on some clothes. Or you can say, I go back to the bedroom and put on a pair of jeans and a t-shirt. Number 8, eat up. Eat up. You can say, and then I go to the kitchen. I prepare some meal. I prepare breakfast and eat it up. Okay? I go to the kitchen. I prepare some breakfast and then I eat it up. Okay? I eat up my breakfast. Okay? So I go to the kitchen. I prepare some breakfast. I sit on the table and eat it up. I eat up my breakfast. Means that you begin eating your breakfast until you finish it. Number 9, tidy up. Tidy up. I go back to the kitchen and tidy up. I go back to the kitchen and tidy up the sink. I go back to the kitchen and tidy up the kitchen sink. To tidy up means to put things in order and clean it up a little bit, okay? So, I go back to the kitchen and tidy up the kitchen sink. Number 10, lock up. Before I leave, I lock up all the doors and windows. Before I leave, I lock up all the doors and windows. Okay, so you use your key, you make sure that all the doors are locked, and you make sure that all the windows are locked as well. So before I leave, I make sure all the doors are locked up and the windows. Number 11, get into. You can say, I then get into my car. I get into my car, okay? Or I get into the train, or I get into the bus. It means that you enter. I enter the bus. I enter the train, okay? I get into is a better a phrasal verb to use. So I get into the car, that is correct. I get into the train, that is also correct. I get into the bus, that is also correct. But usually with a plane, we say I board the plane. I board the plane, that is B-O-A-R-D. I board the train. I board the plane, okay? Number 12, turn on. So I get into the car, that was number 11, and then I turn on the car ignition. I turn on the car ignition, okay? That means you turn the key. So I turn on the car ignition, okay? And then number 13, I drive off to work. I drive off to work. So I turn on the car ignition and then I drive off to work. Okay. Number 14, turn off. Turn off. Once I have arrived at work, I turn off the car ignition. I turn off the car ignition. Okay, so once you have arrived, you park your car and then you turn off the car ignition. Okay, so you turn the key. You turn off the car ignition. Number 15, log into. Log into. As soon as I arrive in the office, I log into my computer. As soon as I arrive in my office, I log into my computer. Okay? You log into your computer. I log into my computer. Okay? Number 16. I print out some documents. After I have logged into my computer, I print out some documents. We usually talk of printing out something. I print out some documents. I print out some documents. Number 17, log out of. After I have printed out some documents, I log out of my computer. I log out of my computer. Okay, so you log into your computer and then you log out of your computer. Number 18, set off. Set off. I leave the office, I get into my car and set off. So to set off means to drive off. Okay, so I leave the office, I get into my car, and then I set off. Okay. Number 19, pick up. I pick up my children from school. I pick up my children from school. To pick up means to collect. So I pick up my children from school, which means to collect the children. So you can say I collect my children from school or I pick up my children from school. Okay, the next one is bring up. Number 20, bring back. Bring back. So I pick up my children from school and bring them back home. I pick up the children from school and then I bring them back home. So I bring back the children home. I bring back the children home. So it means you return them back home. To bring back means to return. Okay, so I bring back them home. Okay, I bring them back home. I pick up the children from school and bring them back home. 21. Look after. Look after. I look after the children until dinner time. I look after the children until dinner time. To look after, it means you take care of them. Okay? You make sure that they're not messing about. Okay? You ensure that they're behaving themselves, that they have something to eat. Okay? So you look after, you take care of them. So I look after the children until dinner time. Or you can say, I look after my son until my husband comes back from work. I look after the children until my wife comes back from work. Okay? So look after means that you take care of them. You make sure that they are well taken care of. Now, 22, take care of. Take care of means the same as look after. So I take care of the children until my husband returns from work. Or I take care of the children until their mother returns back from work. Okay? So I take care of the children until their dad or their mom gets back home. Okay? 23, switch on. Switch on. I sit in the living room and switch on the television. I switch on the television. Okay? You can say, to relax, I switch on the television and watch it. To relax, I switch on the television to watch it. Then 24, switch off. So you switch on the television, or you can turn on the television, and then you switch off the television or turn off the television. Okay, so switch on, switch off, turn on, turn off. Okay, and then number 25, lay down. Lay down. So at 10 o'clock, I go to bed and lay down. Okay? At 10 o'clock, I go to bed and lay down. So to lay down is to sleep. Okay? You lay down, you sleep. I go to bed at 10 o'clock and lay down until the next morning. Okay? So these 25 phrasal verbs, you can use them to describe your daily routine, okay? Now, I will take you through them once more. I will try to use them just in a sentence to describe your daily routine. My alarm goes off at 7 o'clock. I wake up and go to the bathroom. I then turn on the tap to brush my teeth. After that, I turn off the tap. I go to the bedroom and dress up by putting on my favorite clothes. I go downstairs, prepare and eat up my breakfast. I then tidy up the kitchen, lock up all the doors and windows, and get into my car. I turn on the ignition. Okay, I turn on the car ignition and drive off to work. Once I have arrived at work, I turn off the car ignition and walk into my office. Once I arrive in my office, I log into my computer and print out some documents. Then I log out of the computer and set off back home. Okay? I log out of the computer, go to the parking, get into my car and set off. I pick up the children and bring them back home. As soon as I get back home, I look after the children. I take care of them until my husband returns from work. Then I sit in the living room, I switch on the television and watch it for an hour, and then I switch it off. At 10 o'clock, I go to the bedroom where I lay down until the next morning. Okay? So you can see you can use this phrasal verbs in a very creative way to describe your daily routine. Okay? Now, whether it is for a test, like for example, your IELTS test, or just in your day-to-day life, at work, at home, when you're talking to your friends, you can use all these 25 phrasal verbs. Okay? Now, this brings me to the end of this lesson. If you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the comments section. I will do my best to try and help you out. Okay? Now, if you found this video helpful, then subscribe, share, and give this video a thumbs up. See you in our next lesson. Bye bye.